How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to CMT Sports, and today I'm back playing the PGA Tour 2K21 video game. And today I'll just be doing a short little tutorial for you on how to help improve your chipping on the PS5, because old gen is a little bit different and new gen is definitely a little bit more tricky. So we'll get right into it. I'm going to be showing you guys my 5 tips, and I'll go step by step on each hole. And yeah, I won't bore you with the rest of this course. This is, by the way, I don't know, some course in Denmark, but it's going to be in the description below. But yeah, I'll get some chips in here, and see you there. All right, here we are, hole number 1, chipping it in, or actually pitching it in. We're kind of far for birdie. So with rule number 1, we're going to focus on reading those greens and the lines and which way they're moving. So as you can see, these lines aren't really moving much, but in other situations, if the pin was like here, you really want to aim, you know, somewhere where those lines aren't moving. So we'll actually go like right here, and to the left a little bit, because those lines are going to the left a little bit. So we're going to go to the right a little bit. And yeah, let's see how it ends up. Beautiful. So again, reading those lines a little bit, making sure you place that, you know, shot in the right area. That will definitely help you improve, you know, getting closer to the pin. And with that extra roll. All right, here we are, hole number 3, going on rule number 2, or step number 2, and that is watching your backspin and topspin. So basically, when you hit that ball, you want to make sure you change your, with the right stick, you can put it up, and it's going to roll like further, so it's going to get topspin. And if you put it down, it's going to get more backspin, and it's going to snap back a little bit. It's more for high arc shots where you're a little further from the pin, but it definitely helps around the greens as well if you need that extra roll or not enough roll like now, because those, as you can see, those yellow lines, as we are from rule number 1, you got to watch those lines. They are really going down towards that pin, so we actually want less backspin on it. And yeah, so we probably want somewhere around there. And let's see how we do. All right, not too bad. Could have been a little bit closer, but we still put ourselves in a tight area where we can just put that puppy in. Definitely a lot trickier when that green is really rolling down. All right, here we are, hole number 5, and we're going on rule number 3, and that is watching your percentage that's shown in the top right corner. That shows you how much power you're getting out of your shot. So that definitely helps make sure you're taking the right shot at the right time. So as you can see, we're only getting 69 to 77% of power on that shot right now. So we're actually going to want to go a little bit further past the pin, because we're actually not going to get it that far anyway. And yeah, as we did step number 1 and step number 2, we want to go a little bit to the left with the roll and the spin. I think right there should do it. Let's see how we do. Pretty decent shot. Could have been a little closer. It would have been nice, but you know, let's chip that in there, or put that in there, and we're good. All right, here we are, hole number 6, going in for birdie again, and this time we're going to be talking about club selection. So as you can see, it's offering me a sand wedge to chip from right here. If I really wanted to get past this little hump, you can also club up, so that could definitely be helpful. But you also have to make sure when you club up, it will chip a little further. So that's kind of an issue you have to worry about. But again, watch those lines on that green. So it's fairly not moving much, so I can go straight, but it just depends on where it lands. Again, because we have to watch, we're in heavy rough, 66% to 70% power. So we still might end up in the little, you know, lines on the left. So I will aim a little bit more left just to be safe. And I don't think we need much more roll. I think we should be pretty set right there. Let's see how we do. Also, I didn't add this in the rule because it's kind of self-explanatory, but you can't really tell here. But make sure you watch your lie and how your ball's placed. That definitely helps, you know, on those further shots, not so much on the little shots. But yeah, let's see how we do. All right, not too bad. I rolled a little bit past it, but that's all right. Could have been a lot worse if we didn't club up. It wouldn't have not been even close. All right, here we are going in for birdie. We are on the last rule, and that's number 5, and that is your swing consistency and, you know, reading the speed of the green. When you're shooting from a little bit further out, like right now or something like that, sometimes these greens are really hard, and you really want to make sure you read that before you're starting around. It'll usually tell you the speed of the greens. Sometimes they'll say fast, sometimes they'll say slow, so that's very important. Usually you'll figure that out on like hole number 1 or 2 when hits that green and you see how much it's rolling. Sometimes it's crazy. So definitely paying attention to that is important. And trying to get that consistent speed on your swing. You don't want to go super slow or super fast. In general, you want to have a good swing. So that's definitely some areas to improve that definitely help make a difference. So we'll go step by step on this last hole. What I do, and that is look at these lines. They're really going towards that flag, and they're going to the right. So I will go like somewhere around here and to the left. But as you can see, heavy rough, so we're going to go a little bit closer maybe. Not too much because we will get that roll from those lines. And I don't think we need a loft or give it loft or de-loft or anything because those that green will take it. And yeah, our lie's pretty bad, so maybe a touch to the left extra. And I think actually put backspin on it a little bit just to be safe. And let's see how we end up. Oh, just missed it, and it rolls a little bit past it. Could have choked up on it a bit more, but that would have been nice if that rolled in. But yeah, usually if you're good at putting, it don't matter. All right, so those were my 5 tips on how to improve your chipping, especially on the PS5 as I'm playing here. I'm sure it's harder on the Xbox as well, the new Xbox at least. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a recap. So rule number 1 is reading those greens and the lines, and obviously your lie where you're shooting from. So reading those greens and seeing how that ball is going to get affected after it lands and goes towards the pin. That's definitely important. Rule number 2, watching that backspin and topspin. So making sure you know whether to add or decrease your spin is definitely important and helps you get closer to that green, especially after reading that green. And then your percentage of your power if you're in the rough or the sand, that changes. So definitely pay attention to that. That's key to figure out where to place your shot marker around that pin. And then having a great club selection, especially on those chips where you're close to the green and you don't think it's going to make it. You really want to make sure you club up if you need to or club down if you need to, so it doesn't roll too far past that pin. That has happened to me quite a bit. And then speaking of that, rolling back too far, that is your green speed. So definitely make sure you know what type of speed the green is. If it's super fast, you definitely want to go shorter on your clubs. If the greens are super slow, then you want to, keep it around that pin and be strong on that. And then also make sure your swing is fairly consistent and straight. That definitely is going to help, get you closer to that pin. And yeah, that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you'd like to see more tutorials on, maybe swinging, irons, driver, putting, whatever you guys think you need help improving in, let us know and we will make a video on it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.